Hey guys, it's Jessie and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going through and doing a list of trends I've seen going around for the past year or so, and we're going to be going through and looking at the best books I've read according to GoodReads. I did a worst version of this, the worst books I've read according to GoodReads, a couple of weeks ago, so I'll link that in the cards if you want to watch it, but I thought I'd do the second half as well and chat to you about the best books that I've read according to GoodReads and see what I think and whether my opinions match up. So if you don't know, GoodReads is basically a website that you can track all the books that you've read, and I've marked basically all the books that I've read on there, and I think there's 145 books on my read shelf, which is a lot. I'm basically going to go through that, sort it by lowest rated, not my ratings but the overall average rating, and basically see what books are on there, if I agree with it, if I don't, and yeah, I've seen this trend going around, as I said before. I think it'll be really fun, so I'm gonna give it a go. So I'm gonna screen record on my laptop so you guys can see. So this is my GoodReads page. I'm gonna go onto my read shelf and I'm going to zoom in so I can't see too much. This is not in any particular order, but I'm going to sort it by average rating from high to low and zoom in so I can't see anything. And firstly, oh, zoom in a bit less than that. Firstly, we have the first two Heartstopper books, no, not the first two, the last two Heartstopper books that are out now. We have the Heartstopper Volume 4 is the highest rated, that's got a 4.64, and Heartstopper Volume 3 has got a 4.6. I gave these both a 3. Oh, this is we're starting off with such a controversial one. I didn't love Heartstopper. I'm sorry, I know everybody adores it. I just didn't enjoy it very much. I just found it a little bit, I know it's YA, but I felt like it read so simply, and I feel like, personally, I feel like I didn't feel super connected to the characters, and I felt like that they weren't super developed. I'm sorry, I know everyone loves them. I really enjoyed the TV show though. I will point out, I loved the TV show, but unfortunately the books just didn't hit for me. I probably will read the 5th one because I am interested. I won't buy it though, but yeah, these were a little bit of an unfortunate one for me. Then we have The Nightingale by Kristen Hannah. This isn't surprising. I read this because I was doing reading the highest and lowest rated books on my TBR. I gave this a 4.25. It's got a 4.6 rating. I definitely think this is out of my comfort zone genre wise. It's historical fiction, but overall I actually really enjoyed the story, especially considering it's not my normal kind of go-to type of book. I thought it was really good. But yeah, very emotional, did make me cry. I did think towards the end it seemed like it was trying to get an emotion out of you, like trying to get you to cry, very much like almost like sad bait, I guess you could call it. But overall I did enjoy this book. I thought it was very good. I will also leave my GoodReads in the description. It's in the description of every video. I'd love to be friends on there if you guys want to follow me, see what I'm up to, see what I'm reading. So that is the next one. Then we've got yeah, the Mindfuck series. That doesn't surprise me. To be fair, most of the books in the best books you've read are going to be series, because if you don't like the first in the series you probably won't carry on, so by the 5th book or so you've only got the people that really enjoy the series. I loved the Mindfuck series. I think we're going to get a lot of them on here. This is the 5th one, which I believe is the final one. It's got a 4.58. I gave this a 4 stars. Really did enjoy this series. Then we've got Heartstopper again. I gave all the books 3 stars, I'm pretty sure. That's volume 2, not surprising. Then we've got All the Lies, which is Mindfuck 4. This I also gave a 4 stars. This was a 4.55 star rating, again very high. Then we've got I'm Glad My Mum Died by Jeanette McCurdy. I love this one. I thought this was such a good memoir. I found it so gripping. I gave it a full 5 stars. It's got a 4.54 on here. That's not surprising. I mean, the storytelling is amazing. The audiobook is narrated by her. I thought it was incredible. Really enjoyed this one. Then we've got Heartstopper Volume 1. I said so cute. I think the later volumes will get higher ratings from me. They did not. This one felt a lot like it was setting up for the series, so can't wait to read the rest. I really felt like I had to justify my low rating, but unfortunately the others didn't get better. They very much all felt the same for me. That one's got a 4.51. I gave it 3 again. Then we've got Ignite Me, which is the 3rd book in the Shatterby series. Again, series makes sense. This I gave a full 5 stars. This is probably my favourite book in the Shatter Me series, and it's got a 4.47, which makes sense. It's the best book in the series. Then we've got The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which has got a 4.46 star rating. I gave it a 4 stars. I think I would up this to more 4.5, 4.75. I don't know why I didn't. rated that, but I think on Storygraph I've definitely given it a higher rating. But I love this one. It was really, really good. Really worth the hype, I think. Then we've got Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. I gave this a 5 stars. I did read this about over a year ago, and I was very much in my Colleen Hoover romance era. I feel like if I read it again, I'd probably lower my ratings. I do want to do a video where I reread my 5 stars and see if I'd still give them a 5 star, and this will probably be included in that. It's got a 4.45, so definitely a very high rating, but I think potentially it would be dropped down to a 4 if I read it again. Then we've got Redeemed, which is the 4th book in the Dirty Air series. Again, another controversial one. I didn't like this. It dragged for me, as I said in my review. 2.5 rounded down. This was a bit of a slog to get through, and Chloe was really annoying towards the end, which is true. I was halfway through this for about 6 months or so, picking it up every now and again and then just putting it straight back down. I finally finished it when I was in Paris, I believe, because I just had my Kindle, and it was not very good. I didn't enjoy it too much. I didn't like the characters at all, really. Well, I liked Santi, and I just didn't like the plot. I just don't know why I didn't like the book, really. Then we have The Bullet That Missed, which is the 3rd book in the Thursday Murder Club series. This has got a 4.45 rating. I rated it 4.5 and gave it a 4 star on GoodReads, and I loved it. As I said before, I liked it more than the first, not as much as the second, but overall I love this series. So cute, so cozy, just cozy mystery to the max. I love the characters, the plot's always fun. It's always like quite, like, there's high stakes moments, but overall, you know, the characters are going to be okay. Like, it was really good, and I did enjoy it. Then we have The House in the Cerulean Sea, which, as I said in my review, I did read this recently, but this could be a new favorite book of all time. This immediately went on my favorite shelf. I absolutely adored it. I just realized that this one is still on my TBR shelf, so I'll take that one off. But yeah, this is got a 4.44 star rating. It deserves higher. I adore this book with every part of my being. I love it so much. 5 stars, so cute, cozy fantasy. I think cozy books are some of my favorites now, which is surprising because I wouldn't have said that in the past, but absolutely adored this one. Then we've got another book in the Mindfuck series. This is number 3. This has got a 4.42. I gave it 4 stars. Then we've got another book in the Thursday Murder Club series. Again, another series. This is by Richard Osman. This has got a 4.42 rating. I gave it a 4.25. Really cute. I love this one. It's my favorite in the series so far. Then we've got Darling Venom, which is actually another one of my favorites, favorite book of all time. This has got a 4.4 stars. I gave it 5, and it's also on my favorite shelf. This is a bit more of a deeper romance. It deals a lot with grief and stuff like that as well, which I find really interesting to read about in a book rather than just a basic romance. And overall, I would really enjoy this one. I read it really quickly, although it was actually very long. I think it's about 700 pages. I read it in a couple of days, so really enjoyed that one. Another Mindfuck book, gave this one 4 stars. Now we've got The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta. This is one I don't think I've really talked about on this channel very much, but I gave this one a 4.5. I got it as a library book, and it's all written in prose and like poetry, and it's basically like a coming of age story about a black drag queen, and really interesting. And it's got a 4.37, but I gave it a 4.5 and rounded it up because I thought the rating should be a bit higher, and I always do that kind of depending on what the book's rating is. Depends on whether I round it up or down, whether I think the rating should be bumped up, the overall rating, or not. But yeah, did enjoy that one too. Then we've got Verity by Colleen Hoover. I just enjoy this one. Again, this is another one I would like to reread, I think. I gave this one a 5 stars, and it's got a 4.37 on GoodReads. This is definitely one of Colleen Hoover's best books, I think, in my opinion. This, It Ends With Us, Reminders of Him are probably my favorites from her, and I definitely would like to give it a go again and see how I still feel about it, because I read it in February of 2022, so really quite a while ago. Then we've got another more recent read, and that is Final Offer by Lauren Asher. This is the 3rd book in the Dreamland Billionaire series, obviously. As we said before, the series is obviously always ranked a bit higher, so I gave this one a full 5 stars. Really enjoyed it. I've got a reading vlog. I read it recently, and I just really liked the characters. I felt like they were really fleshed out. I loved the trope. It was like childhood friends, just lovers to strangers to lovers again. Really love that trope. Overall, thought it was a really good book. Hey guys, my camera battery died, so sorry if the angle's slightly different, but I thought I'd just carry on where I left off. I think I'm gonna go until we have like 10 like standalone titles, because I think that's better, because obviously we've had a lot of series. I believe we're on 8 so far, so 2 more, So we just had The Final Offer, which was the third one in the Dreamland Billionaires series. Then we have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I adored this. I reckon on a reread I would give this 5 stars. I love the rest of the series. This is an incredible book. This has got a 4.35 average rating. I gave it 4 stars, and again, yeah, I read this over a year ago, so I think now I'd probably give it a better rating. Just knowing how much I enjoyed the series, and I think knowing the characters as well, I'd probably just give it a higher rating on a reread, which I do want to do. Then we've got Good Girl Bad Blood, another Good Girl's Guide to Murder book. Again, love that one too. That's also got a 4.35. I gave this one a full 5 stars. It was my favourite out of the whole series. Then we have All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. I gave this one a 3 stars, or a 3.75 rounded down. As I said in my review, I know it's a slow burn, but struggled to get into it. The last 30% was great though. I do stand by this. I think it was just very, very slow and a bit too slow for me. I probably, yeah, just didn't really love it. I think it was just a bit too long for my personal taste. So if you like slow burn, that's good. Then we have The Hunger Games, which is my favourite book of all time. I'm planning a reread on this probably in the next couple of months because I'm so heavy back on Hunger Games TikToks, back in my Hunger Games era. Full 5 stars. I reckon if I read it again, it would also be a 5 stars, but I need to reread it just before I like officially put it in my favourites because I haven't read it since I was like 14. And then the final book, I guess, will be Heartbones by Colleen Hoover. This is the final standalone, which I did enjoy. I gave it a 4 stars. It's got a 4.31 rating. It's got a high rating, but I think it's a less talked about Colleen Hoover book, but it's actually really good. I really do enjoy it. And yeah, it's just a very cute romance. I like the little plot twist and I like the characters. And yeah, I haven't really got too much more to say about it than that. But yeah, those are my best rated. Those are the best books that I read according to Goodreads. So I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a like down below. Let me know your thoughts on any of these books if you've read them. And if you want to watch another one of my videos, there'll be 2 on the screen now to pick from, as well as a low linked up in the cards from earlier. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!